I got to say.
Wow. I thought we were locked in.
I'm about to say we're locked in.
Yeah.
It feels locked in.
Because you're about to say it. You've ruined it. You've mozzied us. What's it called? Reverse mozzed us. Welcome to BackChat, powered by Paywise. My voice is cracking because I'm... You know what? Recently I've just started getting pimples again. It's breaking out into acne. What's going on?
Double puberty.
Yeah.
It's going to come back next week.
Oh, man.
Just a face full of hair.
Just hair growing under my arms and stuff. It's
Keep in
really
mind, like, I see Dan every day, like every single day. And I walked into the office today after already seeing him that day.
Yeah.
And after seeing him every day. And he just goes, geez, you look skinny. Geez, you've lost weight. But I see him every day. It was just out of the blue in the middle of the day.
I did think that actually walking in here today too.
It was the angle I saw you at, and I was like, oh, okay.
Maybe it's just the jumper and the
I actually
pants.
cut my beard to
That
a 7 mil instead of 12 mil.
That's it.
That's
actually
what it is.
Is that it?
That's what it is.
That is
So
it,
I'm fat still.
Yeah, still fat. Welcome to BackChat, powered by Paywise. Big back fat. We've got a lot of that going on. We've got a big show today. It's basically the middle of the season, so we thought, you know what? Let's look back at the last 11 rounds or so and review what has happened so far.
Can I say what
Yes.
it actually is?
Yeah.
Like, can we, we're so locked in these days.
It's just this.
If you're watching
this
you
camera
can
stuff
see
going
how
everywhere.
locked we
I
are.
can't hear anything.
Well, we are that locked in.
We're so locked in.
Right, we're that locked in that Jaiden's not even here.
Yeah.
Jaiden is
Jaiden's
that
not
locked in, and we're locked in as a podcast that we don't even have it. No, Hayden is on the buttons today. Hasn't done it maybe ever. Definitely on the main channel.
That's all
So
right.
he's doing his bloody best, ladies and gentlemen. So we're not as locked in as we usually are.
No, whoa.
It could actually be better.
No, we are incredibly locked in.
So in all of that, Jaiden does a lot of time to prepare the show and help us put things together and help us get to a locked in stage. Not here, so it's pretty
Hasn't
off the
helped.
cuff today.
Hasn't helped
Took
us.
the keys with him.
That's fair.
So we can just go to the single shots. Don't worry about the splits there, Hayden. We got so much to get through.
So much.
First things first, before we get into some actual footy chat, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, the 7th of June at 5 p.m, we are all, you too, Hammer, we're all going to be at Shelter Brewing Co. the night before the West Coast Eagles take on North Melbourne in Bunbury. We thought, let's go up the day earlier, head to Shelter, and have a few beers.
That's literally what's happening. Too.
Yeah.
There was a float of a show.
Yep.
Canned it.
Why would I want to do a show?
Yeah, correct.
I don't want to do a show. I'll be nervous before the bonus.
Yeah, correct. So we're going to be there. Special guests may be there. Like, let's just say, North Melbourne are in town.
Ooh.
Maybe the pink guy makes it. Maybe the pinkster day before the game.
My God.
I'd
Maybe-
love
maybe
to get
doesn't.
Toby
No,
Pink just
maybe he
absolutely blasted the day before a game.
Why would you want to do that?
Just
Obviously,
to throw him off his game because we need to win.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, it's going to be... Well, I'm obviously just, as you're looking, I'm wearing the Loosh merch. Obviously, we'll get to him later on. But this will be the
R.I.P.
last... R.I.P. the Loosh. He's dead. But, like, this will be the last West Coast merch that I wear for a bit until that game's finished.
Right, so you're locked in.
I'm locking
Into the bonus
locking
time.
in on the bonus from here.
Is that right?
Like, unbelievably locked in on the bonus.
I'm excited for that.
It's going to be a great game. Dan, what are we...
It's going to be a great game, but the night before, if you do want to come along to this, you have to register to get on the list, okay? We can't just have 3,000 people rocking up here and all coming on board. We would love that.
That'd be great.
There's limited spots. It's a special little thing that we got going on the brew deck.
We got the brew deck.
There's going to be a little can
Hammer.
bar.
The brew deck.
Yeah, we got the brew
Skeet's
deck.
So
gonna
you're
be
telling me
there.
if 3,000 people rock up, we're going to knock people back from the brew deck?
No,
Yes.
we're going
No.
to flood the facility.
Flood the facility, but just let us know if you are coming.
Please let us know.
There's a link there. I'm going to put it up on the YouTube chat now. Register to get on the list. Okay? It's a very exclusive list. I've just put the link on YouTube. It's going to be on our socials as well. Head along there, register, and there's going to be a can bar. Mark Reddings is going to be there.
Skeet? He's not our special guest, is he?
Skeeter is getting... So Skeeter was worried about the logistics of getting from Dunsborough to Bustleton, which is about
So I've got to go from
25 minutes
Dunsborough to
Drive.
Bustleton.
Not only does he's in there, he's in Dunsborough with his mum, which is great, taking her out for a nice holiday. But she's not drinking and she's keen to come and check out Shelter. I said, mate, perhaps you could just get your mum to drive
So
you.
you've just got a designated driver, Skeet, for the night.
Yeah.
Are you fucking
So
serious?
Skate will be there, you'll be there.
Yep.
I'm working on some special guests. I actually am. And Toby Pink's on top of the list of special guests that I'm
Toby
aiming
Pink,
for.
if Toby Pink can get there the night before a big game,
Yes.
I'd be stoked.
Yes.
Who else would I like to see?
Well, Griffin Logue's not playing at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll come back. What AFL legends from North Melbourne live in WA? That we don't hear a lot from.
Does Anthony Rock live in WA?
Yeah, he does.
He does.
Wonder what Severio Rocker's up to, actually, speaking of rocks.
I mean, Ross Glendenning lives here.
Roscoe does work here.
Drew
He's actually,
Petrie
hang on a
lives
minute.
here.
Roscoe's working for Paywise now.
Is he?
No,
I
he's
don't
not.
know if you can say that, powered by Roscoe.
So we're
Is
powering.
Ben Allen too?
We're powering North Melbourne.
We're powering Paywise.
We're powering
enough of this.
yeah.
Paywise powering the podcast.
I'm powering the bonus. We're powering Paywise is powering the bonus. You know, Ross Glendenning was the last ever Brownlow medalist for the bonus.
Yeah, but mate, he pretty much did it as a backman.
He
You
sent
do
this-
realise this? I think he's the last backman to win it. Gavin Wanganeen.
It doesn't count. You have to send this like get to know me starter email when
Did he just say won the Brownlow?
No, and
won the
he's-
1984
And it was
Brownlow.
like a couple of questions, and one of the questions is like a fun fact about, and he goes, "Oh, I don't have a lot of fun facts." A humble, lovely guy. I replied all to the email, a full staff email to all of
That's
Paywise. Hey guys, I've got Roscoe's fun fact for him, and sent a photo of him winning the 1983 Brownlow medal.
Very good.
He's just a humble guy. Ah, don't worry about it, mate. I got a fun fact for you.
Oh, that's great.
Send all.
So we can get him.
We could get him.
Speak to Paywise.
Oh yeah, I'll
I mean, you are Paywise. Can we have him?
Yeah, you can have him. He's yours.
Thank you. Thank you. Could you get him in here once a week
Probably
just to hang
will,
out?
Yeah.
So where is
Great.
that? Where is that expressions of interest form? That's
I'll put it in the YouTube chat. It will be on our socials as well. I'll
Right.
make sure that happens. Go register for a spot at the Brewdeck.
I'm not
Can
feeling
Bar.
as locked in as we usually are. But
No,
I
that's
actually
fine.
feel quite good about this podcast.
Doors
so-
ajar.
I'm
The doors
so
ajar.
locked in.
That's fine. Should we just talk footy? Because I know that we can do that.
Yeah, that's what we're best at.
Don't have to worry about being locked in for that. We're going to go through alphabetically, okay? I just want to set the precedent here. We're going alphabetically from A to W on the football list.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about every team, give them a quick little review, and where we think they're going to end up
We're
towards
talking
the back
footy.
end.
We're talking
Yeah.
mid-season
Talking
review.
footy.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, let's kick it off. Let's go to Adelaide straight off the bat. Adelaide currently 7-4, fourth on the ladder off a very heroic win on the weekend against the West Coast Eagles. They've been up and down this season. Are they a legitimate top four team, or are they just holding a place for now?
Can I start on this one?
Yes,
Because I would like to
absolutely.
start on this and throw to you, Hamish.
Okay.
I would just like to quote you verbatim and off the back of our pre-season preview.
Yep.
And you said Adelaide are just shit.
Yep,
and
I did say
and that's all they are.
Yeah.
Mid-season.
Mid-season,
Your thoughts?
they're flying. I still think I'm not sold that they're a lock for top four. I think they're going to be fighting for fourth, maybe sort of fifth or sixth.
You'd like to be doing that than fighting for ninth.
Correct. What I said of them at the start of the year is that they were shit and relied on only like a handful of good players. But what they've done is they've had these other guys that have popped up and are now, that I thought were just average. Now they're really good. Like their backline is locked.
Yeah.
They're like guys like Dan Curtin, who played a couple of games last year and was doing, he's flying out of the gates.
Yes.
So they've got some, like, Peatling has added heaps to that team.
Pete's.
Neil Bullen's added heaps to that team. So they're good. And then obviously you've got Thriller up top, or Filler, however you pronounce his goddamn name. He just looks like he's going to kill a man. So they're good. And I think they're probably going to be fifth or sixth. But, like, shit, it's better to be that than just real shit.
So I'd like to sort of move towards a bit more backchat type areas with this. Like, I don't think we need to give the proper breakdown analysis. You want to get that somewhere else. I thought something interesting saw out of Adelaide, Riley Thilthorpe. Did you see Paul Seaman chat over the weekend? Did you see that?
I'm sort of half tracking what's going on, but
Mate, so former Adelaide Crow.
Yep.
Former Collingwood Magpie.
yep,
I'm pretty sure he played for Collingwood.
checks out.
Mate, he is suffering with big time concussion symptoms, like
Still,
daily.
yep.
Can't get out of bed. Had a period within the last 3 or 4 months where he was in bed for 2 weeks. Dizziness, nausea, concentration, outrageous.
Yeah,
like
it's not good.
yeah. So we're starting to see more and more of this. Like Jeremy McGovern is down that path at West Coast. Your brother, of course, is down that path. That's scary shit for me, and it's probably really the first time I've seen someone candidly, like he was wearing sunnies. It clearly, just struggling.
Like, how much have you?
So you would see it a lot more than me.
Yeah, how much have you had to do with Venners since he retired?
A bit, yeah.
Like, he was pretty similar.
Yeah,
like, I
you're
remember
right.
speaking to him, and he's like, "Man, I wake up in the morning and it feels like a balloon's going to pop in my head."
Yeah.
This was like a year and a half afterwards. So yeah, that's unfortunate for Paul. I'll tell you what.
Anyway, that was a bit.
Anyway,
Adelaide.
back to Adelaide real quick. They've
Well, that is Adelaide. He's an Adelaide Crow.
oh yeah, he's an Adelaide Crow.
That's
Riley
what I was speaking
O'Brien,
about.
like, I think he
Rob.
loves popes. That's probably what has done it for them.
Excuse me.
He loves popes. Did you not see that interview where he was like
What?
talking about his favourite pope of all time?
Oh my!
This was like a month ago when the Pope came out. I think that's what's driving it.
When the Pope died.
Or when
the
it came,
Pope died.
The Pope just died.
Yeah, and then a new one got elected.
Yeah, they set the fire to
they
the
they
blue
did
and red
the
smoke
conclave. A new Pope got claved.
And
Riley O'Brien got asked in an interview who his favourite Pope was. And he's a mega genius.
Yeah.
He listed this Gregory V or something.
Oh, he was a good one.
Yeah, he's like
he actually was a good Pope.
I did tell the story on here that at Shotgun Willie is the greatest venue of all time. I did tell you that I was doing ruck taps with Riley O'Brien.
Maybe that's why they're going so well.
I told that
Maybe
on
that's
here.
why they're going so well, because they've been at Shotgun Willie.
It was with the two Crouch brothers, Brad and Matt.
Okay.
And
So
Riley, and so I was trying to set up a centre bounce in the middle of this venue.
Middle of Shotgun Willie.
And I saw me, Matt, and Brad, and it took me 4 hours. And eventually he did it. Okay. We threw a hat up in the middle, and he tapped it down to me running past. That's the stupidest thing ever.
So that's why they're flying.
Oh, they're flying hard.
Because of Shotgun
They're
Willies.
going well because of Shotgun Willies. Adelaide are good.
Adelaide are good. All right, well, let's keep going on. Brisbane Lions. Here we go. They're 8-2, second on the ladder. They drew with North Melbourne. Lost a close one with the Demons, so they'd be on the top if they have won both of those. I'm going to ask this one to both of you. If the grand final was tomorrow between Collingwood and Brisbane, who'd win?
Brisbane, because their backline's unbelievable, mate. Their backline, who did they just play? Hawthorn. They kept the Wizard, Gunston, who's their leading goal scorer, and Mamba or Chol goalless, all three of them. So their best three forwards, they just
Did
kept
not
goalless.
get near it. They they also have got people say, oh, fucking Collingwood have got the Dacos boys and all the rest of it,
and Peter
and
his
dad with his massive golden balls. But Brisbane are that good. Their backs are the best line in the comp, but Lockie Neal's won 2 Brownlows, probably could have won 3, which is stupid. Yeah. Charlie Cameron kicked 11 goals in a row.
I saw that. He kicked 3 in 3 minutes.
Yeah, Eric Hipwood, who has he has phases where he's just the worst player that's ever played football, and then just flips into being honest, the best
Lockett.
guy ever. Tony Lockett mixed with Buddy Franklin.
Yeah.
And he's just been doing that more often.
Yes.
I remember calling him, sitting behind
his parents.
Yeah, sitting behind his parents at the Gabba one day, yelling at him when you were on him. It's a bad day to look like a bug.
Do you reckon
his dad
they've
came
ever
up,
forgotten that?
No,
Because they certainly wouldn't have.
Oh, it was
They would have celebrated the day you were not on the list.
It was so embarrassing. I was
they would just literally daily go, remember that time Hamish Brayshaw was abusing our son for a quarter of footy while Will Schofield bashed him in the goal?
Yeah. I think they would talk about that. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Mark. I'm Eric's dad. Oh, fuck.
If we were to go down the wrestling route, a bit of Hammer's happy hour about it, and you had a tag team match between the Ashcrofts and the Dacosses, which who's getting the tag team belt?
Is there ever a 3-way tag team? Because you could put Marcus and Peter in there too, the 2 dads.
Oh, as in a triple threat tag team?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that. That'd be huge.
Why don't we do that? Who wins?
I actually haven't eyeballed Marcus in a while. Peter looks like he's in good nick.
Marcus is very grey. And he was going grey as a player, but he's now very grey.
Yeah, I think if you're doing that, I just have this feeling that the Dacosses would wilt under the pressure of the Ashcroft boys.
Okay, here's a photo for you of Marcus of just recently. So
he's strong. He's strong. He's good. He's strong.
He looks a bit old, but I reckon he's strong.
Will's giving me Ric Flair vibes. Like a lot of Ric Flair about Will Ashcroft.
More premierships in Marcus and the 2 Ashcrofts or not?
Well, how many did Marcus win?
What did he win, any?
I don't know.
I'll find out for you.
One. So
Peter didn't win any.
Yeah, but Josh and Nick have both won 1, so there's 2.
Okay.
Marcus is a 3-time premiership player.
Oh, there you go. Go the
He was in the 3-peat. I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
So what happens is Will's Ric Flair about him. He gets in there. He starts it off. He's woo, getting the crowd up and about. And then Levi has Mr. Perfect sort of head. Who was a steroid using, and I'm not saying that Levi does that, he's a very good player, but this guy was jacked. So I feel like he's the guy that's sort of waiting on the ropes and just getting up, and then he tags in, and I just think they're just going to run it. And then I think they're running over the top of him in a triple threat match. Would like to see ladders and chairs involved too.
Okay.
I like it a lot.
All right.
Give me the Ashcrofts.
Carlton, 4-7, they're 12th on the ladder. I heard today that percentage is about an indicator of a team, how good a team is rather than win-loss.
Well, that's a lie.
Is that a lie?
Oh, that's a massive lie.
Is
a
it?
lie.
So Carlton's the only team in the
okay.
bottom 10 other than Freo with percentage over 95, currently
Well,
102.
Let me just tell you, if we get to the end of the year and Freo's got 14 wins, but Carlton's got a better percentage of them, it has 10 wins, who's a better team?
Well, yeah, of course, but like it's more an indicator of where they might actually end up. So do you think Carlton could make a run?
No.
So they're done.
No, Carlton are a massive flaming pile of shit. And if I look at that team, if I'm Jack Silvani, I want out because that guy's a star and needs to go somewhere else. Jacob Wiedering is an incredible player, needs to leave.
Well, De Koning wants out.
De Koning wants out, he should get out.
Getting out for
Get a
12
bag.
million. He's leaving.
Carlton should rebuild.
Really?
Carlton should sell the farm and rebuild.
So Michael Voss is done for a job then?
Yeah.
I love when you get outrageous with some of your stuff.
In what world are they going to salvage this season?
Well, maybe not this season, but you either have to alter the mindset or maybe the structure and system because their players are good enough. Have they got the worst list in the AFL?
No.
Are they the 12th list in the AFL?
No, they're not.
They're a top 8 list.
Oh, yeah, just. Their good players are great, and then after that, it's like...
So you're just getting rid of all your good players?
Well, because if you're not
Cripsy back to WA.
if you're not good enough to contend for
We'll take him.
Sam Walsh gone.
Well, okay, let's think about it. Are they going to be good enough in the next 4 years to contend for it?
Well, don't they just
With
need
the
a couple of pieces to the puzzle?
They need a few.
The
massive-
puzzler?
They need a couple of pieces.
If De Koning leaves, they're in big trouble.
They're in big trouble. Big trouble.
I think they're in big trouble already because they're not very good.
Yeah, I just think they're rubbish.
They're an average side. No, not rubbish. They're just an average side that might win some games, but they'd probably lose some games too.
I've got another question for you both.
So super comment?
There is a super comment, but I'm holding it. Just for the person that sent it in, I'm holding it because it's more relevant to another team a little bit later.
If you do have any other questions,
Yeah, send them in a super.
if you if you've got any other questions, put them in a super comment.
Yeah. Why
one win.
didn't West Coast bloody take the pick swap
Oh, wait,
with
this is the super
Carlton? No, this is not the super comment. This is my question.
Right.
Why did West Coast go, we'll take the Hawthorn pick, not the Carlton pick?
Because they thought Carlton were going to be better than Hawthorn.
That was stupid. No one thought that. No one in the entire league thought that.
Well, a lot of people did actually. And if you look
Really?
back, if you look back at Hawthorn last year, they finished like sizzling. And a lot of times that happens and then teams will bottom out. Like Melbourne 2018.
Yes.
Flew, sizzled, and then just bottomed out. And Carlton, everyone thought this list, as Scully just said, is a premiership list. So not many people are,
I don't think I had him in my 8 this year. Like,
Yeah, but
why would Battler Scully do that and then the entire
You
recruiting
just said
department
then
of West Coast?
they've got a top 8 list, is what you just said.
Yeah, but if I look at Hawthorn, Hawthorn's better.
Yeah, but you're smart and you know things.
Well, shouldn't the recruiting
yeah,
department
the
of
they
West
AFL
should,
people
but
that get paid millions of dollars
and
know
hang on,
that.
it's very easy to say that in hindsight. But it's also like at the start of the year, you look at Hawthorn's list, who had a massive flash in the pan last year and have obviously gone on to sustain it. But one could be forgiven for thinking that might stay at around sort of 10 to 10 to 14 instead of 5th.
Okay.
Whereas Carlton, you might look and think, okay, they've got all the pieces of the premiership puzzle, as you just said. Let's maybe bank on them being better than Hawks. And
It's
it obviously hasn't worked.
Unforgivable for me. Brandon Cavallaro with a super comment. I was going to hold it, but I don't know. You might have other things to do. You might need to nip out to the shops.
Yeah,
This
you
is about
could-
West
you could-
Coast, which is way down the list.
At the end.
No, you
Thoughts?
get to jump the list.
Thoughts
It's a
on the
super-
Liam Baker stuff?
What's the stuff?
So Liam Baker drives an elbow into the back of, I can't remember whose head it was,
Oh, yeah.
but he tackled him on the floor and then went bang. Does he get weeks or is this a fine? It looked
So it started a bit of a
Borderline.
brawl afterwards. Was it like decent sort of scuffle? Like, how someone's just jumper.
Just a
There
melee,
was
yeah.
blokes
was
getting thrown on the ground. Bailey Williams just going blokes. It was good.
I liked Bailey Williams going at blokes because he was looking after Harley.
Yeah, absolutely right.
He's just rough. He gets as rough as anyone.
What did I think of it?
You wrestled with him one day, didn't you?
Who?
Anyway, Bailey Williams. Didn't you have a fight with him?
No, Harley Reid, and he bashed me.
You had a
I
wrestle
haven't
with
talked
Harley.
about that before.
No, that's right.
Oh, I'll come back on that some other day. I mean, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I'd rather see that than unders on effort and intensity. And if you just go a bit too far overboard with a bit of like hold an elbow
In the back of the like.
So he tackled him to the ground, got paid a free kick against for high, and when the players like a shrug, the shrug happens, and then if you're going to see him play, you're like, I've already given the free kick away, I'm just going to ride this. He just rode him a bit longer, moved his arm from on his shoulder into his neck, and just held him down on the ground. And then got ripped off, and then it was on.
I'll tell you what I hate, and that's That's a great summation. I didn't actually see it. I hate the ducking, like the leaning into free kicks. It should just be not a free kick. It'll stop people doing it.
Yeah, correct.
It's just like you want to protect the head. Well, teach the players to not do it.
I think we should know if Liam Baker's getting weeks or not.
We should know that.
I'll have a quick look.
If you want to protect the head, AFL, don't incentivise players for ducking their head into things.
I will say that we've got 18 teams, so we're probably
we're going to keep
sorry,
plowing
let's keep
through.
going.
Collingwood are 9-2. They're top of the ladder. How have they been able to do this? Most people, I think, counted them out of, not top 8, that's for sure. They got next 5 are Hawks, Demons, Saints, West Coast, and Carlton.
I'll skim over these guys in 30 seconds if you want.
I'll give you 5 seconds.
Right,
Peter Dacos.
Yeah, okay.
Because he has given birth with
Yeah.
his beautiful wife, assuming.
I actually don't know what his wife
Yeah, wife or partner or whatever it is. Nick and Josh. That's my summation.
Yeah. So they have got the best player in the competition in Nick Dacos, as you said. Teams are letting him run around and do whatever he wants, which is just ridiculous. All their old players are super good, and their young players are just awesome. Craig McRae, I think, is one of the best coaches in the comp, and they just know how to win. There you go. Go on.
Peter Dacos is married to Colleen Dacos.
Great.
Double L, double E.
Could be, yeah. I mean, it's Peter's balls or...
Yeah, well, you know what? Like, I just think that Collingwood
Uterus.
are that well drilled and know how to win.
shit,
That
yeah.
if you think about teams that don't know how to win, Carlton's one of those.
Yeah.
There's
Collingwood just don't say that.
Freo at times
Don't
don't
know
love
how to.
doing it.
They don't love winning.
Collingwood love winning and they know how to do it and they do it all the time and they've done it that many times now that
It's
just
just
like
second
at
nature.
all points of the game we have a chance to win this because we know what we're doing.
Perfect.
And we'll move on in a second. Liam Baker escapes with a $5,000 fine for his elbow to the throat of James Peatling. It was Pete.
Pete.
Yes.
$5,000.
And he's been charged with other misconduct. Like, you know when you tick the box other? That's what he's been done with.
On Collingwood.
No, we're done with Collingwood.
Oh, okay, I want to ask you
Okay.
about Isaac Quaynell's scent, but we'll move on. Essendon.
Smelly great as Isaac.
6-4.
Smelly from here.
10th on the ladder, Essendon. The next 5, okay, they got Brisbane at the Gabba,
Lose by 100.
Carlton, Geelong, Freo in Perth.
So they'll beat Carlton. Actually, no, they won't. They've lost everyone.
They haven't beaten anyone good.
Yeah, but AFL are about to give them concession to take the mid-season draft picks early and play them
Yes.
in a game of football.
No, a lot of
I
injuries.
don't think they're saying they
Sorry,
don't take them early.
the day of you can play them, or the day after.
So yeah, they're
so-
saying they could take them Wednesday night and play
Play
on the
Thursday.
Thursday night game.
So why do they need concessions for that? I think the concessions are around the fact they're playing in Brisbane. So they play Brisbane
Maybe take
at the
them up
Gabba.
early.
Yes.
And the draft is at 4:30 Western, I believe. So I think it's at 6:30 Eastern.
Maybe.
I think it's a little bit more logistics around.
Maybe how about we tell them today? And
Yeah.
so they can get ready and fly.
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Can we draft them? Tell them in the morning so they can go to captain's rung and like maybe get their gear, like get a jumper.
Yeah, what size are you?
Well, that'll be hard though, because they don't have the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah,
picks in a
correct.
row.
I think that's why the concessions are coming in.
Wouldn't it be funny if someone just snaked them?
Yeah.
Brisbane took them.
Ruin your own team just to stitch them up.
Then don't play them.
They've just lost. Like they've lost everyone. Ben Mackay's not playing. Reed's not playing. They're cooked.
Mate,
They're
their ruck is their ruck coach. Can you imagine Monday morning, right? So you
Tommy
go, all right,
Goldstein.
boys, just jump into your lines for a chat about whatever the fuck you do on the weekend. The backs go off with Ben Rutten, who doesn't coach there, but I'm thinking of a backman that used to be an Essendon related person. Forwards go off with
Matty Lloyd.
Yep. And James Hurd takes a midfielder over the back there. Right. Brad Scott's going, what is going on here? Anyway, the rucks go off and it, it's it's the coach is the coach of the ruck department and the ruckman. And the coach goes, how do you reckon you go? Went on the weekend, mate? And the player's like, yeah, awesome. And then the coach goes, yeah, I reckon you went awesome too. It's like, player goes, oh, mate, you reckon I'll be playing on the weekend? He's like, yeah, fucking you play forever, actually. We're just giving you a 20-year contract.
and then
it
the
zooms
camera
out.
pans out and it's just Goldie in the mirror talking to himself. Just a full-length mirror practicing his hit-outs.
Mate, Todd Goldstein is the ruck coach. Can you just imagine the feedback session? All right, boys, you better stop, start, continue. Stop being awesome, Goldie. Start, just
Any questions? Yeah, actually got one. Oh, sweet, mate. Goldie, you go for it.
continue being a legend.
Look, we've lost this one. Pretty tough. From your experience, Coach, what's the best way to get over a bad slump? Just go and have a million beers, mate. Oh, can I do that?
Coach's
Do I have to
permission.
for it? Just quickly on Goldstein. So they were obviously looking for a ruckman. There's been a bit of talk about a kid from WA, Oliver Eastland. from
Go
Claremont.
on the socials.
Go, do yourself a favour. You want to see the greatest highlight reel of all time. Now, Ollie Eastland is a star. Like, he's one of the best rucks in the comp, in the waffle, in my opinion, by a long way. He's very, very, very good.
Yes.
They've done him no justice with his draft highlight tape. They've put up something on the Waffle Instagram page today. Do yourself a favour and have a look. Oliver Eastland draft prospect highlights. It's 4 highlights. One of them's him just taking a mark. One's him kicking a goal from the goal square. The other one's another chest mark, and the other one's just a dribble kick.
But if we can identify the
about the
actual
ruck taps?
issue,
Show
the highlights are
taps and balls.
fine, but the highlights they've grabbed. So when you watch Vision, they give you sort of 15-second lead in, 15-second outlay for like a mark.
Yeah.
They don't just show you the mark.
Yeah.
So when you clip highlights, you need to go a bit
Squeeze
tighter.
it down a
Yeah,
little
come on.
But whoever's clipped the highlights, which may or not be related to the Shot Footy Cast,
I reckon
Ski might have taken
Skeet's doing the
over
highlights.
because you've got the full 30 seconds. So the great mark that he takes, you've got like 3 stoppages before it.
But which one's him? Which one's the guy?
He's not even in it.
So he's being potentially looked at as a ruck mid-season draft, and there was not one ruck contest that he was in. It is highlight. Anyway,
Mate, the goal was
The goal was-
it was a 50-metre penalty to the goal square, and he kicked it over the goal.
that was his draft highlight.
7 seconds was just zoomed in on the goal umpire to the goal, and it stayed on.
So Goldie, and that's Goldie. Goldie's looking at that thing. Get this bloke in.
Get him
in. Not
Get him into
fucking
the ruck.
knackered. Get him in.
If Ollie Eastland gets drafted to Essendon, we've got to get a bloody interview. How's the ruck coach meeting going? Anyway, Essendon's good.
All right, Essendon, great. Let's go to Freo over here in the West. 6 and 5, 9th in the ladder. Alex Pearce currently looking at 3 weeks on the sidelines. Freo are challenging the suspension. You want to have a quick crack at that before we?
Mate, outcome, action,
What more
outcome.
could he have done? He literally was looking at the ball for literally all the way up until the last second. It's human reaction to go. Oh, ball, you're there all of a sudden.
I've had a few people give me the feedback that I should stop beating the drum about this, but this is the literal definition of an outcome-based decision that makes no sense.
Yeah.
I couldn't put it better myself than this decision. It is dumb, and he shouldn't. The most he should get is 1 week.
So if he gets 3 weeks for this,
He's been given 3 weeks.
so he's been given three weeks for this. Jai Newcomb suplexed a bloke.
Yeah, he suplexed him.
Literally suplexed a bloke, picked him up and dumped him over the back on his head.
10 grand.
He should have
10 grand
pinned him.
fine.
He should have pinned him for 3 after it. It was that.
Yeah,
big.
exactly. It was just like the perfect suplex. And if you're looking at that as the AFL and thinking I'd rather that in my game than Alex Pearce, you're fucking delusional.
Wow.
You're actually delusional. So
I spoke to a Fremantle fan today.
He'll get 3 weeks.
And
There's
I
no
had,
way he
yeah,
gets
so
that
that we're moving on from that because I can't speak about that anymore. And so their next 4, so Gold Coast away,
They'll win
that
that.
feels hard.
Very tough.
I think they might win that,
I think they win that too.
which is ridiculous because it's a game they shouldn't win.
I got blind faith in them.
They then have Kangaroos,
they lose
Essendon,
that.
St
They win
Kilda.
that. They win
How many of Kangaroos, Essendon, St Kilda do they win? They should win.
they'll
Lay
win
down
2 of
Mazza,
those.
all of them. Essendon, Kangaroos,
Essendon,
St
they
Kilda.
win. St Kilda they win.
All right, so there might be 2 and 2 after that.
You watch. They will. Out of those 4, Gold Coast is the last game they should win, and they'll win it, and they'll butcher one of the last 3.
They won't beat North.
All right, so you're saying
way.
at the end of that, they could be 10 and 5, and I reckon every Freo fan would just be pissed about that.
10 and 5 is a brilliant spot to be, and,
And
they'll
they
make finals.
and
they
why
might
do
even
Freo
make top
fans
4.
hate their team winning? I've
Yeah,
never
I don't
come
know.
across
I've
that.
got this I put a line through them not long ago, and now they've just like I just have got no. That's the thing. I have no idea. I'm sitting there being like, I can close my eyes, do 15 spins, spew on my face, and not know what I'm going to get. From
I called the game on the weekend, and it was so boring. And you know why it was boring? It was so predictable. They were so clean in the contest, and they were so consistent with their defensive effort, and it was just so obvious they were going to win. Yeah. I was like, this is definitely not Freo right now. Like I know exactly what's going to happen. There's no turn in the road where it's they should have won, and they started missing all the goals. They just played awesome, all of them.
Well, if they do that, then I'm happy with them. Next.
All right, Geelong 7 and 4, 5th on the ladder. Bailey Smith is perfect at the Cats. He was recently asked on Instagram if he was having nose beers after the game. He replied with, "Nah, bro. After the flag, maybe though."
That is fucking awesome.
I love Bailey Smith.
I'll tell you what I loved most
He
about
loves
that.
bags.
I'll tell you what I love most about that. Like everyone who's not like people make this secret and like, oh no, maybe this. There are drugs in the AFL. Like people do recreational drugs across the entire country, and AFL is no different. And if anyone says that they don't, that there is no drugs in the AFL, you're kidding yourself.
No
It's
one's
a
saying
lie.
that. No one's saying that.
Exactly. So like for a bloke to just be like, hey mate, yeah, if we win the flag, I'll probably do some packets. Like good on him. Good on him.
I don't think good on him is the right message to send.
No,
but
not-
at least
obviously
he's being.
don't do drugs, but like,
I
yeah,
reckon
no,
at least
definitely.
he's being honest. You could actually credit that, but I don't think it's really the right message to be
No, it's
broadcasting.
not. But like,
Yeah,
I
mate,
just
no
thought it was-
worries. Yeah, all good, mate. Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought it
couple
was
of
so
packets, yeah.
refreshingly funny.
Is-
Like,
has-
I thought it
yeah,
was
mate,
funny.
Was
we'll
this
win
the
grand
Bailey
final.
Smith that we saw at the Bulldogs? Has he like not become heel?
Yes.
Is he just become a bit more like bit
was
FU
always
about
like
him?
this. Remember when he kicked like that stretch in the final? It's because he was injured. People forget. Like he had that stretch in 21 where he was like dominating in the back end.
Yes.
And like was kicking goals and putting ice in the veins to the crowd. In the
That's
final.
right.
It's like the guy's always been a bit of a bad boy.
That's a good
And he's
point.
just been a gun, and he's just been away for so long. They obviously cheat the salary cap somehow. I don't know how it works.
Yep.
They obviously make concessions and
Allegedly.
allegedly. They obviously have buried treasure maps on plots of land with plots of gold underneath for their players that they get, allegedly. And they just keep doing it, and they'll never not be good.
All right, I've got a super comment.
Yeah.
Stephen
Super.
Stephen Canny. Tell me if it's Stefan or Stephen, because I always second guess myself.
How do you spell it?
Stephen with a PH for Teven.
With an EN or an AN?
ENPH. Sorry, PHEN.
ENPH is
Stephen.
That's Stephen.
Hey fellas, I need a new barber. Do you have any suggestions? Scoa, you can take a breather for a minute. Let's comment.
Well, that hurts.
Oh, it's just a little backhander on the back end.
That does hurt. The boys at Main Street, obviously.
Yeah, Main Street.
Yeah, Main Street
I
barber.
would be
Get down
heading
and see,
straight to Main Street. Christian and the lads.
Dave Marchese, Christian and the lads. Jeez, you're not going to get any better haircuts ever.
All right, the Gold
But
Coast
I'll go
Suns.
fuck myself, I suppose.
Yeah, you also do
beard
go to
trim.
I
Main
go there
Street.
all the time.
Get a beard trim.
What do you think? I'm born like this. I'm not Homer Simpson. Like, I don't just shave my head and it stays bald. But I might look like that.
Gold Coast, 8-2, third on the ladder. Ross Lyon has just called them the Nepo baby of the AFL, and Damien Hardwick responded with a whack of his own, saying St Kilda should just focus on their own backyard instead of trying to bring everyone else down. They had 13,000 people here today, which is great. Thoughts on Gold Coast? So they must be making finals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's top two. No, I reckon they finish top two.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep pushing this. They will finish top two, and the last round of the year, they will roll out one of the shittest teams we've ever seen at AFL level because they play Essendon for the make-up game. Yeah. Essendon will need to win to kind of... I reckon they might have something on the line. Gold Coast will have nothing on the line.
Hypothetically.
Because it's like 2 games in 1 round almost, right?
Yeah, hypothetically, how's this for a situation?
Yes.
Essendon are 11th on the ladder.
Yep.
They are 2 games ahead of 10th. Sorry, they're 2 games ahead of 12th and 2 games below 10th.
So nothing can happen.
So they can't physically bridge the gap either way. Gold Coast are locked in second.
Yeah.
Can't
come
finish
down.
third. Do they just forfeit? Would they just say we forfeit this game?
There's a genuine thing that they play their bottom 18 players and don't play a bench.
Would you? But like, what if, for example, the Gold Coast reserves boys are like, we've bundled out of finals. Like, I don't want to.
Yeah,
do
they've gone to Bali
Or like,
already.
if we're also in the finals for the VFL, like, you know.
We flagged this early days. But I think there's a problem. Yeah, problems.
I can't wait to see what happens.
I've actually been
It's gonna
thinking
be
this the
good.
whole way. I'm like, I'd love just a forfeit.
Gold Coast.
It'd be hilarious.
Boys, the story, if Gold Coast finish top 4, let alone top 2, like if they finish top 4, they've never played finals in their existence. Like, it's not as if they've been knocking on the door forever. They've literally never. This is a big deal that Gold Coast are now good. They clearly are good now.
Yeah.
Damien Hardwick clearly can coach, even though there's a bit of nepo. Bit of
They've got a
nepotism.
heap of talent. Yeah, no doubt about that. But like, so do GWS.
Yep.
And they're now not great.
That's a good point.
The most recent forfeit in the AFL, as defined by the league, was in 1904. Richmond forfeited the VFA Grand Final to North Melbourne because they would not take the field with a particular umpire in charge.
The granny.
Yeah.
We're not playing.
Because of the
umpire
umpire.
shit.
They'll take it.
So you blokes won the flag when Richmond forfeited because the umpire. Wait, what was he doing actually?
I don't know.
cares,
that's all
mate?
that
We'll take
Google's
it.
given me.
We'll take it. I'd love to see
They
a
would
forfeit.
take the
I'd really love to see a
The
forfeit.
only reason why they might not is because maybe they want to try some stuff before finals. Maybe they're like, no, we want to get some form. I don't know.
Is there a pre-finals bye?
Yes.
No, maybe they just... they would just... I hope they forfeit.
Yeah, danger. Anyway,
Okay, GWS,
Gold Coast
six
is good. And their home ground's amazing, by the way. They're never losing there. Unless they're playing Freo next week.
Apart from that, they won't.
GWS is 6-5. They're 8th on the ladder. I think most people have said they've underperformed so far. What's going on? We had such high hopes for
Did
them.
you watch the game on the weekend?
Nah.
I did.
Great.
Toby Green was exceptional.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy, he was selfish early.
He was going 250th. My
Yeah,
game.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
my
great.
game here. I need to kick a goal.
Really?
Like, it was awesome. It was just like a bloke who clearly was like, I don't give a shit about what's happening because this game will the game is going to sort itself out. Like, we're so early on in this game. The result's going to be later. I just want me right
Me
now.
time.
He was just going for just the stupidest shit ever. Someone would take a mark, he'd be wrapping around, give me the fucking ball, give me the ball. He was awesome. Like, taking advantages. It was just
He
like...
kicked 3 and had 25.
It was awesome. Like, after he kicked the first one, he said it himself, but he kicked 2 points to start with and was like just desperate to get on the board.
So funny.
It was just like the clearest display of like, this is about me now.
Where
not
are they
everyone.
at? I just...
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm always in my Giants hat. I've got a massive soft spot if I don't go for them. I think they're pretty much my team. And everyone likes to argue that, but I think they
it's
are.
their,
I just I don't know where they are. I think their defensive stuff maybe has fallen away. I think they can still attack.
I don't think I think it's the other way around.
Okay, perfect.
I think it's their forwards. Jesse Hogan won the Coleman last year, and he's not up there at the moment.
Broke his thumb in a door of a bus.
Yeah, but like,
that hurt him a
that
bit.
certainly did hurt.
He didn't play for the first
But, like,
4 rounds.
They're not having who have they got that's kicking scores?
Well, it's difficult to kick goals if your thumb's
Yeah, but
broken
I'm
in the
saying
bus.
that, but when he's out there, like even without him, who have they got?
I think they probably would have liked Cadman just to take a little bit more of it. Like he's still, I think he's going to be a very, very good player, but I think they'd liked him to be a very, very good player right now.
Yeah.
Well, Hogan's on 30 at the moment. Last year he kicked 77. So he's not that far off.
Man, he missed 4
track.
games.
Yeah, he missed 4 games.
What's the Coleman leader?
Thumbless for the first 4
I
rounds.
think he kicked 9 against West Coast.
Yeah, see that had
So-
some stats in it. Anyway, I think they're still good. I think they'll be right.
All right, let's move on. Hawthorn.
Backline's good, we know that.
Backline's great. Yeah,
Backline's very good, and we will talk about the Jack Buckley.
Are we
I
gonna
know we're
do-
doing a bit of a
Yeah,
review
we
of
do.
the
Yeah,
season
we
so far, but we are
Have
getting
we got the
Jack Buckley.
votes?
I got the votes.
Oh, great.
I don't know if we've got the great graphics and everything sorted.
No,
but
no, we haven't got the great
we're
graphics
not
sorted.
we're
But
not
that's
that locked in, but we are sort of locked in.
Locked out.
So let's do Hawthorn and then do some JBM updates.
Okay.
We're going to do a JBM in the middle.
Yeah, let's go for it. We do whatever we want. Hawthorn, 7-4, 6 on the ladder. Hawthorn might be the most hated team around the league. A lot has been said about their ability. Oh, everyone.
Really?
Everyone hates Hawthorn.
Do you hate it?
Yeah, absolutely. Hate Hawthorn.
actually? I love
Everyone hates them. A lot has been
love
said about their
Hawthorn.
ability to win free kicks. Is this a
favourite
thing? Should people be upset about Hawthorn's ability to win free kicks?
Oh, look, I don't know. What, are they good at that?
They lead the league by a mile.
Do they?
By free kick. They in the free kick count.
I think that doesn't really matter that much. So I don't know, but
Because
like
of the Wizard, Ginnivan, everyone, like, people just don't like
the
those
trouble
guys.
is, right, they've talked the talk and they lean into it and they do the Hollywood Hawks thing and they love it and they let them be themselves and they've got this rat pack that runs around
Yep.
and Conor McDonald's still got his rat tail and I'm very caught on that at the moment. You know, they're all individuals and they're proud of it and they do all that, which is all good when you walk the walk. But when you don't beat good teams or you don't play well or Sammy Mitchell's bashing coaches' boxes.
Oh, the KFC sign falls down.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Somebody say KFC, bang. That is they've got themselves to blame, and not in a bad way because I like all of that stuff. But that's what happens when you do that. People say, "Oh, well, you know, you thought you were awesome, and now you're not awesome."
Yeah,
They're just
sucked
letting
in a
them be
bit.
themselves. But
Yep.
yeah,
I would like in the YouTube comments, tell me what you think is the most hated team. I reckon it's Hawthorn. If we see a lot of Hawthorn there, then my gut check is right there.
Great. So
Justin
most
DL
hated team.
Justin DL on YouTube has said Skeeter covered that 1904 game, the the forfeit. So we'll have to ask him about that. What he thought of that.
Skate boundary road that guy.
Someone also said free kick Hawthorn, Hawthorn ducking. And someone also said Bailey Sniff,
That checks out.
which is
Bailey
great.
Sniff, I like that.
All right, let's go to Melbourne. Oh no, we're going some JBM.
Yeah.
Hayden, I don't know if you know, but there's a button there for the
your
tab
best.
song.
Do
Just
your best.
all
Press
the
our
best,
button.
Go for your,
Just
go for
honestly,
your
I
life.
just pick the button you think it is and hit it. I don't even.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't
Just
matter,
hit it.
mate.
Just hit
Just
one.
hit that button.
Just hit one. I hope it's the noise.
This,
Yep,
if
that
it's
one.
not, hit it.
Go.
Oh, this is
What is
Back page.
this is back page
Pretty
music.
good.
That's close enough.
Close enough.
You got the power.
All right, thanks TABtouch.
Got the turn.
You can fade that down now.
Jack,
that's
Thank you, though, because we
Buckley,
get copyright
middle.
because of that. Here we go.
That was good.
Hammer, take it
Nothing.
away.
Yeah, that was excellent.
Perfect.
TABtouch.
Shout out to TABtouch, obviously, the Jack Buckley medal. It's massive. Things are really...
Switch.
Oh yeah, sorry. Hammers. There you go.
Yeah, you're right. The Jack Buckley medal is heating up. Things are
Great.
going gangbusters. So we've got...
I'd love it if you came on one time and said Jack Buckley.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, no one cares about it.
So this week we've got 5 votes. I must say we've got a first-time vote getter.
Yes.
Wow.
So we do love recognising defenders getting on the board for the first time.
I saw some great defensive efforts across a number of games on the weekend.
Sandy Brock. Sandy Brock held his opponent goalless for the last 3 games, by the way.
Sandy Brock was really
I don't
good.
know if that's true. I saw
No,
him
I heard-
outmarked. I saw him outmarked against Adelaide.
I
Had a
heard-
goal kicked over his head. I saw it watch it.
They said it on the broadcast. I don't
That's
know.
a lie.
We lost by 10 goals. How on earth?
I won't, and I'll do not try and guess who it is. Please do not. Okay, please. I mean it, both of you.
I don't know what you're about
But
to say.
the game started, and the commentator said the first line of the game was, Riley O'Brien, ruck, and it was the 2 ruckmen going up, and
Yep.
Matt Flynn coming off his best game in the mighty golden yellow. It just made me laugh.
I think I got a good
It's
idea
meant to
about
be-
who it is because I listened to the game and know who was commentating.
I just-
Anyway, I'm not going to say it.
Do you get it now? Not blue and gold.
Yeah. There was some
Go on,
there
yellow.
was some howlers
Okay,
in that game.
okay, keep
by the
going.
All
way.
right. So anyway, we're going to go to the votes this week, and then I'm going to give you an updated leaderboard.
Thank you.
I was
Wow.
going to do the entire leaderboard, but
Not
I
today.
don't. Nah, not
Today's
today.
not the day.
Today's not the day. This is already run a little bit over.
Thanks to TABtouch.
Thanks to TABtouch. 1 vote this week. This guy was good. We say they're going to be a top 2 team. They're going to be a top 2 team because of their fullback, Sam Collins.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
This guy
good
was
to
really
see him
good.
back in
I
the
feel like
votes.
he hasn't sort of been in the votes this year.
He's up there.
Is he?
I think the last month he
He's
hasn't
having
been
an
there.
unassuming season as in the Jack Buckley, which is
backing-
exactly what you want.
Banking the points.
Exactly what you want. Sam Collins gets the 1 vote this week. With the 2 votes this week,
Big time, Sam.
we said they were the best duo in the comp as the fullback and centre half back. We've said that for a long time. This bloke is showing why he is one of the premier defenders in the competition.
Tell me it's Jack Buckley.
With 2 votes, Sam Taylor.
Wow. really
Sam
good
Taylor
Sam
gets back
Taylor.
on the board. And I'll tell you what, it takes 2 to fucking tango, doesn't it? With the 3 votes, give it a Jack Buckley.
Wow, yes,
Jack
double
Buckley
giant.
gets in there. The double giants, which just goes to show why they're good. They play well and they win games of football when those 2 play well.
Shock.
Yeah.
Shock.
I'm unsurprised.
Unsurprised, shock. Charlie Curnow, I think, kicked 3 goals, 3 on the day as a full forward. He was getting them way up the ground, kicking pot shots from 60.
Connor Iden up.
And that's, yeah.
They would have
Connor
been handing
Iden,
over.
he was handing over.
Whitfield would have.
Yeah,
had
exactly.
a
And
real
that's
run
why
in.
he didn't kick 6 straight because he wasn't kicking them from good spots because the boys
So
defended.
they're
him
both
and
very
handed
lucky by the sound of things.
Very lucky. 4 votes. This guy.
First timer.
First timer. This guy is registering his first votes for the season
You reckon
and
ever?
for the first votes ever in the Jack Buckley medal system.
Sandy Brock.
I'm excited about this.
And I
Brock.
think he'll be stoked with it too.
I think we should, before I know, I think we should let them know. Like, I think we should just let them know. A little DM.
I'll
on
email
Insta.
Sandy Brock now. Hang on.
No, it's, I can tell you
Slide
give you
into
red
the
hot tip, it's
DMs.
not Sandy Brock. I'll tell you what, this guy was unbelievable. I don't know if you watched the Melbourne game. Did you watch the Melbourne game?
No, I was no.
The Melbourne Sydney
asleep.
game. So this guy, this
No,
guy
I was-
played
I was
on Hayden McLean all day. Hayden McLean kicked a goal, and apart from that, did 4/5 of fuck all, and was just. It was one of the great defending displays from a young man by the name of Dan Disco Turner. Disco Turner has gone out and had the 4 votes on a day. His very first Jack Buckley medal. He was spoiling. He was doing everything that you needed as a Dow defender. He was incredible.
Would I be wrong in saying that Disco Turner was a forward? He's a forward turned back.
Disco was a forward turned backman. He was a forward turned
Great.
backman. And
They're the best sorts
I'll
of
tell you
backmen.
what, Disco Turner lived at my mum and dad's house, and I think that's the first Jack Buckley medal votes out of the Brayshaw household.
Wow.
So there you go. Well done,
Really
DT.
good. Well done, DT.
Good on you, Disco. And now I'll tell you what. I think if you were to think of the best fullbacks or the best defenders in the last month, you'd be very hard pressed to look past this guy. Collingwood are flying. Darcy Moore has been injured and has taken a back seat, and this man has stepped up in his absence and has just put the clamps on every single person.
We're not
he's
talking
gone
Billy
near.
Big Willie style.
We are talking
Big Willie-
man
Big Willie
who
Billy.
just thought to himself, I'm going to go play on Nick Larkey, who is one of the best full forwards
We're
in the
talking
game.
Big Willie
Full
Billy.
And I'm not going to let him go near it. We are talking none other than Mr. William Frampton.
Oh, my
5 votes. Big Willie Billy
goodness.
Frampton. 11 votes he's up to for the season.
Mate,
He's
he's got
Put it
11 in the
together.
last 3 weeks, hasn't
Big William Billy Willie Frampton.
he? We're calling him William now.
We're calling him William. So
Sir William.
Sir William Frampton. So let's look through the leaderboard as it stands after round 11.
Big Willie style.
In first, no surprises here. On 21 votes, Sam Taylor.
I forgot he was leading by
Yeah.
so much. Well done.
Yeah.
I thought
Well
we were
done,
building
Sam.
up to that,
Well
but
done,
great.
Sam.
You're just going straight to the top.
Tied second.
Oh.
We've got Jack Payne on 15 votes.
I
tied with...
I saw him, sorry, by the way, on TV. He is a big man.
He's an enormous
He's
human.
put on weight this year.
An enormous human, and that's probably why he's
Exciting.
coming tied second. And for a man that you thought he hasn't really scored that well, tied second, Sam Collins on
Is he?
15 votes.
Is he?
Unassuming, just ticking away as it goes.
He's knocking on heaven's door.
He is knocking on Sam Taylor's door. On the stairway,
Heaven.
on the stairway to Sam Taylor.
See away the Jack Buckley. I can
exactly.
only assume it's just like heaven.
Yeah, great.
Except you're alive for it. In fourth, the reigning, defending Jack Buckley medalist, Harris Andrews, 12 votes. So still within striking distance. And now, obviously, it's Sam Taylor's 21, but with the 5-4-3-2-1 system, you can make it doesn't take long to bridge that gap.
Yeah,
Well,
couple
one of those
games and you're
players
back.
gets
Just
5
gotta
and Sam
play
Taylor
well.
gets none. They're on top.
You've just got to play well. In
Which we
fifth
like.
position, on 11 votes, Sir William Frampton.
Wow.
Very well done
in
from
fifth.
Sir William. He's in fifth.
Yeah, mate.
He's just having a career season, old William. And in tied sixth on 10 votes, rounding out the top seven actually with the tie, Nick Haynes and my man Charlie Comben on 10
There we
votes.
go, boys.
So
Really
there's your handful of leaders for the Jack Buckley at the moment. It's heating up from... Oh, actually, no. And I remember when we said last week Toby Pink could get an automatic 20 votes.
Yep.
If he finishes fifth, if he gets the perfect 5, he didn't.
Okay.
He was a bit
So
off it.
misses the 20.
So William Frampton's score was 9.3
Yes.
on the algorithm. I think Toby Pink's was 3.6.
I will say congratulations to all of those guys, but also congratulations to the teams we've done first, because I feel like at 5:15 now.
Oh, yeah.
We're
whip
flying through.
We're whipping through.
We're whipping through.
This
All
is
right,
Express,
let's go to
Express.
Melbourne. 5 and
Express.
6. They're 11th on the ladder. They've won 4 of their last 5. 5 weeks ago, fans were calling for Goodwin to be sacked.
Yeah.
Now I've been hearing that they want him extended. Are Melbourne back?
They are back.
And
they're
how
back.
much would list management have to be fighting to keep Cozzy in town?
Yeah, so
that
Cozzy-
man's insane.
Cozzy Pickett's worth over $1 million a year now. Max Gawn's the best ruckman that's ever played the game.
Max
of
Gawn's the
football.
most important player in any team
Yep,
in the AFL.
no question
If they
about
took
that.
Max Gawn away, they do
Yeah,
not win
dog
games.
shit, yep. Christian Petrarca is... The trip to Red Bull has worked. That guy's a fucking machine.
So we're backing that in.
Yeah, we're
So
backing
no
that
best
in.
and fairest. Just go to Red Bull.
Go to Red Bull.
No best and fairest for anyone.
Go to Red Bull.
Everyone
Everyone
going
goes
to
to Red Bull. Because that guy has come back. You ever seen Rocky? You ever seen Ivan Drago? That guy?
Yes.
That's what Red Bull has turned out to be, except instead of losing, you win.
Right,
So
sign 'em
that's-
up, boys.
And then
Okay.
Clary's a gun. So they're
back.
Clary's a gun.
They're
He's
back.
back.
Make your finals?
And Disco Turner's just had 4 votes. So yeah,
That's a good point.
they're not making. Oh, actually, they could. They could be a sneaky late run.
Okay.
St Kilda, Collingwood, Port, Gold Coast, Adelaide next 5.
Tough.
They win
If they win four out of,
Wow.
Locked in.
They win 4 out of those that make finals.
Yep.
So good
done.
luck to you.
Here we go. Good luck
Okay,
to you. All
North
the best.
Melbourne, 2nd and 8. The second from the bottom. Hamish, over to you.
Yeah, the best team in the comp by so much.
They're probably the unluckiest then,
No,
given how many games you've won.
No,
if they're the best.
No, we're not good. It's it hurts me to say that. We were 3 points down at 3/4 time and lost
Mate.
by 45.
I saw that.
Like we were up at half time. I was harbouring a semi for an hour, and then it went to the most flaccid, useless piece of equipment that's ever existed. I was just looking at it, slapping it around, thinking, "Hang on a minute, are you going to wake up? What are you doing down there?"
Okay. Yeah.
And it didn't do anything. It didn't respond. And
You're talking about your shin.
yeah, my
Your
shin
shin.
was completely
Yes.
flaccid. Anyway, we've got the talent. We just fucking sucks.
Yeah. How's it being a fan?
So shit. We're going to beat West Coast in 2 weeks, though.
You actually might not, though. That's the
No, we
problem.
will. I'm willing to put a bet of anything on it.
I'm trying to get Clark on the podcast when they're over here for the 2 games. I'll just tell you that. I'm trying to get him as a guest.
Do you want me to text him?
Yes.
Thank you. Port Adelaide, they're 4 and 7, 15th on the ladder. Disaster season. Questions were asked early about the succession plan. Should they just call it?
Yep, they should. Unfortunately, Ken Hinkley, we've said this before,
What's the
mate.
point?
I think you're a great guy, but they want a public lynching. Let's just avoid that, and you can just bow out at the bye. Give it to Josh Carr. They're going to be shit anyway. May as well be shit under the new coach.
Well,
It's the
because
most
the argument,
pointless- it's the
the
dumbest succession
argument
plan
was if they're any good, like Ken deserves to, which he probably did, but
Deserves
they're
to
not
fine.
good.
Yeah,
They're
so
trash.
bad.
So just get out,
Yeah.
done. There's
See ya.
no harm in just going. You know what? You're the coach anyway. I'm
Oh,
probably
Ken,
done.
do you want 12 more weeks of this? No, I don't.
Yeah, no,
All right.
actually, I
Go to
don't
Bali.
do this. Yeah,
See ya. All right.
What did Harvick do? Kentucky tour, didn't he?
Yeah, went on a Kentucky tour.
Kentucky,
Yeah.
to
Paid,
Greece,
definitely
Greece,
paid for by the
Italy.
AFL.
Go to
allegedly.
Kentucky, then come back and coach.
Pretty sure Damien Harvey
West
could just
Coast. No,
split
not
up with
West
his
Coast.
wife, though, so went to Kentucky on that, didn't he?
That's all right. That's fine.
I think is Ken heavily married?
I don't know. Irrelevant.
Well,
Take your
he-
wife.
you
But
know,
Damien,
Kentucky-
no, but
his wife
Damien
to
went on the Kentucky so he could come back and coach again. He didn't want to go
True.
for.
You needed to
And
be
he got
tan for Gold
super
Coast.
tan.
So Ken
Yeah.
should do the same thing. Go to Kentucky. Kentucky, Italy.
Yeah, go to the
Yep.
Amalfi Coast, Ken. Imagine Kennedy and Amalfi Coast. Just
I reckon he'd slay over there, mate.
Slathering the
on
the sun,
those like
sun
on the
cream on
rocky
his head.
beaches with the blue umbrellas and just
Ken.
with his glasses on, reading a book.
Ken wants a beer.
Yeah.
I reckon he'd talk about himself in third person. Richmond are 3-8, the 16th on the ladder. Sammy Lawler is looking at 4 to 6 weeks for his hammy this start, which
poor bastard.
sucks because he's very good. We were saying they might not win a game all season, and they're
They've
actually
surprised a few.
They've won 3.
I think they're just like they're young, they're exciting, they're reasonably good, but like they're also not good. So they've just got good young players
But
that are
we
exciting.
knew that.
We knew that, but they're not as shit as we thought.
No.
I think.
3 games
And
is fine with me.
Cameron McIntosh is genuinely Bruce Doyle without hair.
I like
he
his
killed West
headband.
Coast.
I would like to actually put in focus whether or not that is, not kosher, but to the specs.
Yeah, because
'Cause
Bailey
it's-
Smith wasn't allowed his
Like Camden
Nike.
has the tennis sort of sweatband type material. I
Yeah.
feel like there's a competitive advantage there, especially for ball guys,
yeah.
because he's
Surprised
stopping
no
the
one's
sget.
ripped it off and thrown it away.
Yeah,
Don't
I
you get a
just,
fine for that?
I'm just unsure of the specs between what you are allowed and what you aren't with headband specifications. Anyway, good luck to him.
All right, good luck to him, and good luck
Yeah,
to
because then that
Richmond.
begs the question: at what point do you stop the headband? Like, could he just wear a beanie out?
Correct. Or could
Like
you
a
wear a
hat.
full arm sleeve that's just all towel? It's a towel. It's a towel sleeve.
Oh yeah,
So
And
that you
you-
can never drop a mark, and it's just
Maybe you could wear a full body sleeve, full body towel,
maybe you should go. Man,
towelly.
oh my God, Kathy Freeman just running out there.
yeah, exactly. That was a band
Kathy
now.
Freeman running around at
In a
Richmond,
bodysuit.
on at the G,
A Richmond
bodysuit, all towel shirt.
Oh, jeez,
Wow.
that would be good.
I remember wearing a. I think I've told this story before. Wearing a what's it called? The full body steamer in my swimming
wetsuit.
carnival,
the
and I got
wetsuit.
disqualified.
A
I won the
wetsuit.
race. A wetsuit. Yeah, it was a
because
full
you're
steamer.
buoyant. You're more buoyant in
More
the pool,
buoyant.
don't
Got
you?
disqualified.
Yeah.
Did
Bullshit.
they disqualify you before you jumped in or
No,
after?
after.
You won?
Oh,
First
Well, that's
place,
a bit
D
stiff.
Const, and then I got a
That's terribly
Daniel
stiff.
Const has been disqualified from the race. I was like, okay.
For
Geez,
wearing
that
a
F you.
steamer suit.
Because I feel like it feels like if you
Once
were
you're
bad, they were
angry,
just
mate.
going to let you do it, like you're at the eel.
Oh yeah. Once
No, but
you're
I had
angry-
my tracksuit on till like I was like I'm
Oh,
walking up to the thing,
You were
and
diving
they're
off
like
in the
on your
pool,
marks, and I
you
quickly
took it off in air.
Yeah, pretty much.
Old Houdini over there just ripped it off and dived in the pool.
St
Awesome.
Kilda. Look, I don't really want to talk about St Kilda. They're 4-7. They're 14th on the ladder. Who cares?
There's
Like
your-
the
there's
most
your review
mediocre
and the
team
preview.
ever.
Next.
They want to throw money to everyone. Sydney 4-7, 13th on the ladder. Many expected the Swans to come out with a vengeance in 2025, but right now they're 1.5 wins ahead of North Melbourne. How would Chad Warner be feeling right now?
I'll tell you what, they're like
Regret.
everyone wrote Hawthorn off after 5 rounds last year. People have written Sydney off.
You think they're back?
They're back.
When
They're-
are they back?
They're back.
But it's 11 games in.
When are they back in business?
Now, they will, how many games we got left of the year? 14, 13?
Something like that.
They'll win 11 of them. They'll make finals from here.
They will make finals from here.
Sydney-
Adelaide,
Sydney
Richmond,
make-
Port, Bulldogs, Freo, the next 5. How
Sydney
many of
make-
those? Do they
All
win?
of them. Sydney, I'm telling you, Sydney make finals from here
Why?
because they are that good. Their best players are very good.
Their bloods. Are you talking about blood culture?
Yeah.
Are you talking they're going to draw on the blood culture?
Drawing on the blood culture. Errol Goulden's back in a month or 2. Mate, I'm telling you, they are back.
Callum Mills got suspended for a week. I don't know if he was playing AFL or not, but I saw that he got suspended
did.
for a week.
He was playing AFL.
Oh, he got
I'm
suspended
telling
for a week
you,
after 1 week back.
mark my words, Sydney make finals.
Consider them marked.
Locked in.
Mark Duffield.
Okay.
St Kilda. I know we didn't really talk about St Kilda, but I just want to
No,
throw
they're
one more
shit.
thing in. You lost to West Coast. So you're shit.
Yeah, you did.
So
You guys
we've,
were bad.
we've moved on from that. Sydney, now West Coast. Here we go. 1-10. Last on the ladder. And did I think we're going to have more wins right now? Yes.
Of course you did.
Why?
Laughable
Do I think we
franchise.
could still have a few more wins? Yes.
Okay.
That's
You're
all I
more
have.
competitive.
You
got
over the
blown
last
out.
month,
Yeah, you got blown out against Adelaide, who are, as
Yeah,
we said,
that
top
game
4
yesterday
giants.
was the one of the worst games I've ever watched.
Why?
The ball was like it was made of plastic.
I
It was
did see
floating
that.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Adelaide had that many turnovers. West Coast didn't do anything with them. Tom Cole was like a man on a mission. It was good.
That was Coley's best game of the year. I did
He
say
was
that.
so
I
good.
should
The one
have
before,
watched
the
it.
game before that against St Kilda, he was very good.
He was good too.
Coley's
yeah.
back. Coley's
Coley's
back.
back.
Because fans were throwing everything at Coley.
Can I just
Scapegoat.
give a bit of insight into Coley's life? He just had a kid. It's not that old, and I feel like
It's not that old. She's not that old. The kid.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just maybe thought a bit of privacy might be nice. I'm not
He didn't
talking
want
about the
people to
name
know.
and you want to know where the address. I'm just saying he's a new father. Maybe it's a little bit hard to perform and be a new father and do the same thing. Maybe he's just getting a hold of his
I
life.
also just think, unfortunately for Coley, West Coast fans and West Coast in general seem like they always have to have a whipping boy.
Yes.
It was Jacko Nelson for a long time, and now it was Rothy for a
Rothy.
bit there, and now it's Coley. It seems to just always be like the 5th or 6th back in the team.
I'm sure I was in the gun. At some
You would have been in the gun.
Coley was actually really good. One of the worst games I've ever seen.
Oh, so should he apologise for the premiership he won the club in 2018?
Sorry about that.
Probably not.
They're not great.
Well, I reckon we'll win 2 more games
now with the Lush out.
You think 2 more for the rest of the year?
2 more for the rest of the year, and Lush could
is out.
North Melbourne and a random.
Well, you're not going to beat North, so
we will.
let's
We'll
put
beat
it
North, and I don't know if we play Richmond again.
How are you going to score
or
goals?
Essendon.
Who's going to kick goals that game? Charlie Common's going to take 15 intercept marks.
Jack Williams is back.
Do
I'll bring him back
you
in.
win the wooden spoon then?
Yes, we do. Yep, get first and second pick. It's going to be great.
Who do you get the second pick for? Just clarify.
Compensation. If
I
don't know. If Oscar
Allen
Allen leaves.
So you've got him out the door, have you?
No, I'm just saying if he does leave, we'll have the second pick.
Right.
I want Oscar in the team.
No, you don't
What
say
are you
you
willing
want.
to
Sorry,
bet
man.
with me, Dan, that North Melbourne, what are you willing to put on the line there? Because I'm willing to bet anything.
Anything?
Yeah.
Well, I suggested Pojo at the ground at Hands Oval for you if Eagles win.
Yeah, you got to Pojo the Eagles rock.
Pants off, jocks on.
I'll be working for an official capacity on the boundary, so I could easily do that.
So you can't bet anything if you're not going to do it.
No, I said I can easily.
No, so you're happy to do
So
that?
that's the bet.
I could easily.
So what's the equivalent bet for Dan?
I get
Just Pojo him for no reason.
Yeah. I get to tattoo a kangaroo on your ass.
Sure.
You doing the
I get to do the kangaroo tattoo on
Oh,
your
no,
ass.
you can't do it. I'll get
a
kangaroo.
proper one.
All right, yeah, I'll get a proper like only just a little one, just like an old Qantas style kangaroo. That gets tattooed on your bum.
But you're not doing the tattoo.
No, I won't do the tattooing.
Okay, so you'll do Pojo at the ground.
Yep, I'll do Pojo at the ground to Eagle. Hang on, will they play Eagle Rock
Yep.
there? Okay, yep. If they play Eagle Rock there, I'll do Pojo.
Wait, it's not a West Coast home game. They're not going to play Eagle Rock.
Yeah, actually, they won't do that. It's a North Melbourne home game.
Can we find out? Maybe have it. I'll be up doing.
Why don't
Fox
you just
footy.
get an eagle?
Okay, I'll get an eagle tattooed on my bum.
But it makes way more sense because you played for West Coast, so it's a bit more.
I want to see Pojo.
Yeah, but I just don't think they'll.
What about just the next time Pojo Eagle Rock gets played?
No, because that'll be up to stadium in front of
It's
50,000.
a band from the
That's a bit
stadium
different.
forever.
Can we do either or? If Eagle Rock gets played, you Pojo. If it doesn't, you have to get a tattoo.
Or
Yeah.
you Pojo just to the theme song.
Or I bring a UE boom down there and play Eagle Rock and just Pojo myself.
If you don't know what Pojoing is, it's pants
Pants off,
off.
jocks, off, jocks on. So
For Eagles
yeah,
Rock.
for Eagle Rock, pants off, jocks on. Imperative that the jocks stay on.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Yep.
So the O stands for on, not off.
Yeah, the O stands.
the
The
second
second O
O.
stands for on. First O off.
Okay.
Pants on, jocks off.
Should we shake
Other
on?
way around. Sorry, pants off, jocks on. Yes.
Because pants on, Jacks.
Pants off, jocks on is just commander. That's just free ball.
If pants on jacks off,
Yeah.
pants on jacks off, that's going to be in
That's
trouble.
different.
That's going to get you in a fair bit
Then
of
you're in a
trouble.
bit of, then you're in a world of hurt.
All right.
Pants off,
yeah.
jacks off is in.
Pants off, jacks off. I'm going to jail. So that's out of the question. So when I said that I would do anything, I won't do that. I won't.
Why is
I
Jack
won't do the
involved?
Pojo.
All
I
right.
won't do the Pojo. Pants off, jacks off.
Perfect.
I will do pants off, jocks on.
Yep.
If they play Eagle Rock. If they don't,
At
I'll get
no
an Eagle.
point, jacks off.
No, jacks off will be not happening.
Okay.
Otherwise, if they don't play Eagle Rock, I'll get an eagle tattooed on my bum. And when Kangaroos win, you get the North Melbourne Kangaroo tattooed on your bum.
Deal.
Done.
Best deal ever.
I love this deal because I'm not involved in it. That's great.
All right, finally, the Western Bulldogs are 6 and 5. They're 7th on the ladder. The Bont is back. The Bulldogs, I don't know, sometimes they look good. Do we want to talk about the Bulldogs? Do I care about the Bulldogs?
Bont's the
Bont's
best
is the
player,
best.
second best player.
Bevo's the most
Angriest little motherfucker.
yeah, like
It's awesome.
most like
It's
you
so
know
good.
for the boys coach I've ever seen. Just like staunch and corns, staunch as any media type that
Kingers
talks
is up
any.
there.
Mate, Kingers hates it too.
Kingers
Mate,
is
I imagine
I
how good
love
it'd be to
Bevo.
play for Bevo. You just be like, I'll just go to war for this.
It'd be
bloke.
the same as playing for Kingers.
Yeah, it's
Just two big units that just like clearly only do biceps in the gym, and just you would do anything for him.
yeah, correct.
They just like he's got the long hair.
You got
he's
a
still-
bit of fake tan on him, and he's
Plenty
done
of
the
fake
tape.
tan.
He's done the tape.
I know he's done the veneers. He's got the chompers. He's got a little bit of probably Bondi Sands, I reckon, is his go-to, but not the full overnight. Maybe just the 2 hour.
It does surf. It could be natural. But I don't think you get the natural with the teeth. If you're going to get the teeth, you may as well get the
And he's
skin.
got the flowing locks.
Yeah, it's
That's
beautiful.
Like, it's him, and he's just like
Before,
Can I talking Bevo,
Yes.
talking hair, has anyone seen Tom Morris on the new advanced hair ads?
is he
No.
a
Mate, you know like Warnie's ads where it was
Ashley
like
Martin sort of stuff?
no, advanced hair, yeah. Like advanced hair, yeah. So,
I've got a 30-second video of him on YouTube on Advanced Hair Studio.
mate, I saw it yesterday
Might have to look it up.
on the TV. Tom Morris, expert.
Hair loss was an issue for me. Renowned procedures, strand-by-strand hair transplant and exclusive growth
Put up to
cell
your mic.
plasma therapy have given me the result I wanted and maintained my full head of natural hair.
All right, Tom Morris.
Well, I just think it's relevant to Bevo and Tom Morris. I mean, that was
Yeah,
head to
there you
head,
go.
right?
So we started this with Adelaide like, yep, they've got really good defenders. Their forward line's great. And now talking about Bondi Sands and advanced hair. Yeah.
Look,
A bit of breaking news for you
Okay.
before we get to some fines.
okay, before you break news, I just want to sound out on this Tom Morris. Look,
desperate to talk about it.
I appreciate and respect it. I think you got to. But I also
Embrace
can't.
it, mate.
I can't buy into that. I think
Embrace
he's
the
getting
hair
breast the
loss.
ball, mate.
You're bald, son.
You don't have
I think
hair.
he's got a free hair transplant. So
well, I don't
he's
care.
doing
You're
the
bald.
ads.
You're faking it now. It's
Yeah.
not real. You
Yeah.
want authenticity? You need to be bald on TV. I mean, it's like Skeeter Redding's coming in and dyeing his
Oh,
hair
yeah.
black.
Chocolate brown.
He came in here for photo day and he had black hair.
His
I
eyebrows
said, mate,
didn't
you've got
match.
white hair.
Skeeter.
Have you seen these?
Skeeter
I'll
went-
pull
Oh, it
them up
looks
for you.
so dark.
I'll pull it up for you, mate.
So some breaking news for you before we listen to a few fines. It is 5:30. It doesn't matter. We're going to keep going for
we
just
do a
little bit
podcast.
longer.
We do whatever we want.
Do whatever we want.
Jake Waterman has arrived home, optimistic that his shoulder injury won't keep him out long term.
Well, it will. Let me
Well,
tell you.
certainly
Let me
would.
tell you.
He's
It doesn't matter what
optimistic.
Jake thinks. You go see the surgeons, ask what they think.
He's optimistic. So,
I also just had some breaking news that
You didn't.
I did.
You haven't.
And I did. I also just had some breaking news that the All Australian panel has got forward and just decided to scrap the end of the year All Australian and give every jacket to North Melbourne.
huh?
So the bonus, the entire 2025 North Melbourne Football Club are this year's All Australian team. So that's good.
There we go.
Do you have any idea of what Skate looks like normally? With
Yeah, I can picture him right now.
right, you picture him. I'm just seeing the best.
I'm going to close
example
my
of
eyes.
this.
My eyes are closed. I'm picturing Skeet in my head.
Yeah, I just want to show you. The
Turn
best.
it around when I can open
Yeah.
it.
Okay. Hang on.
Mark
No,
Redding,
no, no,
Shelter
no.
Footy Cast.
There's some bad ones here. I'm just trying to find the best version of it.
Picturing Skeet with his blonde, not blonde, sort of like bald, white hair.
I haven't seen this in a minute.
Tell me when I can open.
Skate.
Skeeter? That's just
so
that looks like
dark.
red. That is just not Skeet.
Oh, you ran a rinse through it, mate.
Oh,
and
that
you
is
reckon
so
the rinse went
funny.
downhill. I was like, mate,
I would have shaved it off.
you don't need a rinse. You look ridiculous.
Skeeter, mate. That
photo
ain't
day.
you, Skeet. That's not you. And
Anyway,
That's
Anyway,
so
that's
good.
quite funny.
All right. While you get your phone ready for some fines, Bill Schofield, if you'd like to send one in, we've been getting lots of them and they're
Heaps of them.
bloody good.
Oh, actually,
backchatpodcast.com.au/fines. Get your phone out now, record something, send it through. If you're at a game, if you're watching a game, record it, send it. You got the first one for us?
I do. Here
we
we
go.
go.
G'day everyone, and Hammer. Mike Oxmore here. I'd just like to fine Hammer $583, $1 for each shin boner his new family member took in a 6-hour period on the weekend.
Oh,
I'd
come
love
on,
to see the
Mike.
AFL fantasy on that. Plenty of hardball gets.
oh, Mike. Are they all going to be
She's
about
in
this?
hospital.
Are they all going to be about this?
No, our thoughts to go out. She did go to hospital. So
Proud.
she's fine.
Do the family proud. All right. I just want to be at Christmas one time when you're there with her. I just will.
Come on, Mike.
Fuck. All right, here we go.
Rocky Balbona here, just a $5 fine to Sam Mitchell. Game's on the line in the fourth quarter and he leaves Tom Barras down back. Disappointing.
Rocky Balbona.
That is true. He didn't try Tom Barras up forward to try win the game. Shame.
Yeah. Well, he did it against West Coast.
Hey lads, Richard Gobbler here. I just want to give a big fine to 40,000 Freo supporters who don't come to the Camfield after winning the game.
Yeah.
Just maybe a $1 for all of them.
40 grand fine.
West Coast fans come here after a 99-point shellacking. Fremantle
At least it's not 100.
where are they? You know?
Yep.
It's maybe about, there's not even a queue. You get a queue for a West Coast game after you've just been taken to the cleaners. But, Freo fans, I guess they hate beers. So I just want to give fine to all the Freo fans out there, Get your fucking act together.
Yeah, no, fair
You
enough.
hate your club.
You hate your club. That's fair enough.
I think that's a great find.
Yeah.
Blind, clearly.
Yeah, obviously.
From the Canfield
Yeah.
in the
And
line
there's-
by the sounds
well,
of
not in the line anymore because there's no queue.
Balkan Garage on YouTube said West Coast fans are there at halftime.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
that
that's a
checks
good
out.
point.
Yeah, they're already too pissed. They've been kicked out.
like that. All right, some more coming.
G'day, gentlemen. And Dan. Halftime in the Eagles-Crows game.
Okay.
Eagles are down, but it feels like they're right there and thereabouts.
Yeah, we were.
Quite frankly, they're only down because the fucking umpires,
Yep.
consistent all year long, I'll give them that, at calling absolute fucking garbage.
Yeah, that checks.
Blow the whistle if it's an Adelaide free kick,
Yeah.
but fucking put it away when it's a West Coast free kick.
Yeah.
Took until half-time. Luge catches a bloke cold, and it took him 3 seconds to blow the fucking whistle. $10 fine for all the ones that they've missed, and it's half-time. I'm expecting more to come.
Yep.
Well, that'll be $400 then about.
I'm
There.
expecting a follow-up fine.
Someone got a high tackle out of bounds, right? And well, it's out of bounds, so it doesn't count or something.
I hate that too.
Me-
That's actually been
Meanwhile,
irking me.
no, he got a thing. So Lush got a holding the ball tackle, but they're like, oh, it went out of bounds, so it doesn't count.
That's been giving me the irrits.
That's annoying. And then the West Coast Eagles go a high tackle from out of bounds. It makes the umpires are shit.
Yeah,
was
that
bullshit.
has been really giving me the irrits, the out of bounds thing. Anyway.
Full-time, 66-point defeat.
He's back.
$1 for each extra player that Adelaide had on the field. That's $4.
Yep.
State of the game's never been better, they say.
Yep.
He's just defeated.
Is
Start
that
of
what
the
you
game.
feel like?
The
After
state of the
that?
game
Yeah.
has never been better.
I got one more for you, boys.
Yeah, one more.
They're good finds.
These are great
Great
finds.
finds.
so
If you
far.
want to get involved,
Backchatpodcast.com.au/fines. Record it on your phone, send it in.
see how
Too
easy these are.
So easy.
Literally so easy.
These are all great, by the way.
G'day, lads. And Dan,
Nice.
I would just like to find my wife $7. We were in the Macca's drive-thru the other day, and I told her what I wanted, obviously ordering like a child. And then she has the balls to lean over and ask the lady for a fucking fillet of fish meal. So $7, because that's what a fillet of fish apparently costs by itself, not in the meal, because that's cheaper than getting a divorce. So there you go. Thanks, boys.
That's a great find.
There's multiple elements. I love that.
What's your last? When was your last fillet of fish, Dan?
Ask my wife.
It's actually
like
been a minute.
Yeah, ask
Yeah.
my wife like a
$7 cheaper than getting a divorce, and had the balls to ask for a fillet of fish.
I might get one on the way home.
When have you had one?
Oh no, it's actually been probably 2 months.
Do you know what the weird?
What about that 50 trays of fries? Is that thing still getting a run?
No, I haven't gone back to it.
Erotic sex novel about.
Yeah, I mean,
fucking
I've hit a creative
steamed
wall with
buns.
that.
You know when you talk about food and you get that, like, oh, geez, I want that.
Yeah.
We've just mentioned fillet of fish, and
No, you
I
don't want it.
have some sort of desire for one.
When's the last time you had fish and chips?
Free from desire. Mate, it's been a while.
Yeah, I thought so.
Maybe this is what. Maybe it's connected.
The Pelican.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the Pelican party that we need.
Let me tell you about the Pelican. Let me tell you a quick story about the Pelican before we get off air here.
As in Lewis Melican or that Pelican restaurant?
The Pelican, Baboo's Pelican, just down the road.
Baboo's.
Baboo.
Baboo's in the
Baboo.
beer from. No, that's Barloo.
I've got some good news.
Ooh.
Crowded this morning.
Was it? What? Oh no, I know what you're gonna say.
This morning, I walked past Baboo's Pelican. Talk about the fish and chippery, ladies and gentlemen, right down the road from us. You know, we try to be very liberal with our facilities here. We're in Beaufort Street. We have some overnight stays sometime out on the balcony. Some homeless people. We had one probably overstaying that not welcome necessarily, but just overstaying probably what's acceptable. Still there at about 11:30 this morning.
I asked him politely to leave.
Yeah,
Told
no,
me
yeah,
to-
correct.
told me
We
to get
don't
fucked.
kick people out. It's like, mate,
No, I just
can't
said,
say-
could you
anyway,
please?
I think he's got all his mates, and they've gone and set up shop at the front of the Pelican.
Oh, no.
I've walked past after lunchtime today, and there was about
Baboo's.
18
No.
homeless. Man, they were cooking up, not food. They were cooking up a few other things down there.
Really?
They were drinking. They were carrying on. It was a full-blown party out the front of the Pelican. It was the best I've ever seen it. Business was booming.
The Pelican party is happening outside, not inside the canoe. That's disappointing. So yeah, I think I remember you saying you had fish and chips. Like, what was it? Every 2
42
weeks?
times
40
a
times a year
year.
or something, you said?
Yeah. Mate, summer's coming, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Summer's coming.
We're just hitting winter. We're
But
wintering
when
3
I'm down
days.
in Mandurah,
Breakfast,
it's
lunch,
literally
and
3
dinner.
days. I will go through a period of this year where I'm having it 3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah, okay, good on you, mate.
So it makes up. So I can go through a period right
You
now.
can have a lane spell through winter, and then you can just hit the ground running in summer.
Why do you have such an issue with fish and chips?
No,
Chip
I'm
and
just-
fish.
I
He loves
think
it.
it
No, he
was-
has it
yeah.
40 times a year. It's fine.
So you think I'm lying?
I just think you're lying.
We have a very big interview coming out this
Oh, we
Wednesday
actually do.
on BackChat.
The biggest interview ever.
Jack Della Maddalena was here in studio last week. We recorded that. Comes out this Wednesday. It was bloody awesome to have him here. A champ. The belt was here. Incredible.
touch
It's
it.
worth 350 grand.
Didn't touch it.
The belt.
No, you don't touch.
I
the
told
belt.
you this, didn't
Yeah,
I?
you don't touch the belt.
Oh, no, I didn't tell you this.
I did touch it.
I haven't told you.
I
since we
carried
did
it
the
from. It was over there, and I wanted to put it on the table for the shot.
It's
how do you feel about that?
It's worth $350,000.
Well, I can say, Jack, can you go grab your belt and put it on the table?
Yeah, I mean, prime principle is don't touch it. If you have to, logistically carry it around, fine. But, mate,
I wasn't carrying on my shoulder like Sonny Walters, and
Mate,
carrying around my
Paddy
waist
Voss
like
had
Voss.
it on.
Had it on him. Yeah.
You can't. I'm sorry.
I agree.
All right.
I had the head of UFC media text me because she was in here and she said, I've never had anyone in the 10 years I've been doing this job say that they won't touch the belt. Not don't want to, but won't. So I was like, had a photo with him. I'm like, don't touch me with the belt. I don't want to touch it. It's not mine. Only way I can get it is get into welterweight and get you in the cage and beat him. And he loved it. She loved it.
Yeah.
Vegetable son, he
went
loved it.
straight to Freo 45 minutes later.
Yeah. All the
And,
boys.
and,
Sonny Walters.
she texts me and she goes, none of the Fremantle players have the same thoughts on this stuff than you. Why? And I just wrote back, they don't know what winning a premiership's like.
Oh, boy.
And that's...
And there we go. Thanks to Paywise, TABtouch, Shelter, Brewing Co, Whippersnapper, Whisky, ID Athletic, Mamba Digital, On1 Services, and Camera Electronic make the podcast happen every week. One quick shout out to the swing of it. Bloody good
We are
podcast.
sizzling.
Sizzling over there.
Sizzling. If
moly.
anyone on the swing of it, if you want to subscribe to that, go and do that at all platforms. Anyone just wants to keep sending me golf merch, please hit me up. I'll tell
Are
you.
you
when-
rolling a bit of a, you send it, we'll wear it over there?
Well, I'm rolling and you send it to me and I'll wear it. Absolutely. So please.
And it all looks very good. Everything
looks
you've worn so far.
sensational.
What is the swing of it, just in case anyone doesn't know what we're talking about?
It's me, it's Ron Chopper, it's Joel Innes. We've got a golf podcast where we literally, just imagine you've played around a golf, you get to the end of the 18 holes, you go to the clubhouse, you have a beer, it's just been poured, the head's beautiful, you're sitting on the table, and you just talk about the round. That's what it is for an hour.
And for someone who's not a golfer, I just laugh for about an hour. It's very fun.
It's great.
It's that good. So it's on its own YouTube channel. It's on its own podcast feed. It's all there. Just search the swing of it. You'll find it. It's bloody good. Will, what you doing there? Just doing a
It's
bit
just
of...
really weird and shit photo of me, just sitting there by myself in front of the microphone. It's looking like I'm about to do an ad for advanced
You looked
hair.
a bit like Reece Conker there for a minute when I first looked at that.
We should get Reece Conker on
It's
the
just
podcast.
random. It's like, hey, look off into the distance.
You shouldn't get Reece
All right,
Conker.
we're going to put that
He's a great
photo up
bloke.
on socials this week, so look out for that. BackChat _. Send us an email, hello@backchatpodcast.com. We'll see you next week.
Love your hair, Tom. Love your hair, Tom. Looks great.